This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in the Matchroom bubble here ahead of Conor Benn's fight with Vargas, making his professional debut this week. Glaswegian heavyweight, is that the correct term? Mr. Nick Campbell, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No problem, appreciate your time. You're definitely not short of sponsors. I can see quite a few there plastered over your top. We'll come on to them later.
I know I've got a lot of people helping me out and behind me, and I've got a good team around me, so I'm very privileged and happy to be in the bubble. What a spectacle, what an opportunity to make your debut.
I don't know if it's like this everywhere in the world, but from the UK, when a heavyweight is about to turn pro, there's just an automatic buzz. I think like there's a lot of pressure when someone turns over in the heavyweight division, because there's almost an expectancy and of, you know, the next big heavyweight from us, and to a certain degree, since kind of we saw Anthony Joshua turn pro all them kind of years ago, and he's kind of carried that burden, and we know obviously Fury and Dylan White and all these guys are there as well, but there is something about a heavyweight turning professional from the UK where there is a level of expectancy.
Definitely. I mean, Scotland's always been famous for the lighter weights. We've obviously got Josh Taylor, we've got Cash fighting on this card, we've got Lee McGregor, famous fighters from the past, but we've never really had a heavyweight, so that's another exciting, you know, thing to add to the mix. There's never really been a decent Scottish heavyweight, and I'd like to try and be the first one. So there is a lot of expectancy, but that's why you turn pro, to have these expectations and to get in and mix it. The heavyweight division's busting at the moment, so I'm just excited to get in and be part of it.
When you talk about, kind of the lack of Scottish heavyweights over the last sort of 10 years or so, I suppose the last one we'd look to, and you're probably going to get comparisons, is going to be Gary Cornish.
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually met Gary. He fought AJ, didn't he, at the O2, and he seemed like a lovely guy. He never quite, you know, broke into that top level. He had a lot of fights and stuff like that, but listen, that's fine. It's my goal to try and, you know, supersede all these guys and do better than them. So, but if they want to make comparisons, fine, hopefully I'll smash them.
What does Nick Campbell bring to the heavyweight scene? We haven't seen you yet as a professional, but what does Nick Campbell bring to the heavyweight division? Yeah,
I mean, obviously my rugby background everybody knows about, so I was 8 years professional, physicality, strong, I'm fit, you know, I pride myself on my training, and I can punch, so I'm just looking forward to getting in and mixing it, and, you know, hopefully putting on a show for everybody and getting everybody in Scotland behind me.
I mean, we kind of expect all heavyweights to be able to punch, and when heavyweights are not really referred to as punchers, I mean, some more so than others, but we assume in your weight class that everyone is a bit of a puncher. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, when you've got an 18-stone man hitting you in the head, there's always a chance that it can hurt. So, but no, like I say, I've been working really hard, especially since I've moved over from the amateur side to pro now, really sitting on my punches, working on, you know, the power coming off, so I've got all the confidence in the world that what we've been working on in the gym is going to show out on Saturday night, and I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait.
Is there a current heavyweight or a former heavyweight that you can compare your style to? Similar-ish?
Not off the top of my head, to be honest. Like I say, I don't really like to make any comparisons. I'm my own man, and I wanted to try and, you know, do my own thing and set my own style out, but there's bits you pick from all the great heavyweights of the past and you try and emulate. You know, Lennox Lewis, fantastic heavyweight. You look at him and how he would conduct himself, the Klitschko's, and even you look at like Sir Tyson and Joshua just now. There's stuff that they all do which you think, you know, I'd like to try and do a bit of that, a bit of this, but no, I'm just trying to make my own style, trying to, you know, create my own path, and I do my own thing. But I definitely look at other guys and take, you know, positives that they operate and they do, and try and do them yourself.
When we talk about kind of the top of the tree in the UK, I mean, when we take out the guys that I mentioned previously, your Tyson Furies, your Anthony Joshuas, and also Dillian Whites as well, when you take those guys out, the domestic scene has seemed to be, for quite some time, has been kind of wide open. It doesn't seem like it will take you too many fights to be in contention, to be fighting some of the people that are fighting at domestic level today.
You know what, I actually think that the British heavyweight scene just now is busting. We've obviously got Fabio Wardley, who fought a couple of weekends ago. He's the English champion. They're talking about him fighting for a British title. David Adderley, Hughie Fury. Who else have we got? The young lad Johnny Fisher, Solomon Dakris, who's just coming through. I've been sparred him down in GB before, so I think there's loads of heavyweights, and I think it's brilliant because you're going to get a chance very soon to get in and mix it with these boys if you do well. So I relish it. I hope that you're right in a couple of fights' time. Who knows what could happen? So, definitely, I think it's a great scene and one that I'm happy to add to.
It is a great scene. I think the point I was trying to make was that it's kind of wide open. It doesn't seem we saw kind of Daniel Dubois kind of leading that pack to a certain degree until his fight with Joe Joyce, but it just seemed like on that scene, as much as all those fighters you're talking about, it does seem like any of them could beat any of them on their day.
Aye, I suppose you're right. A lot of these guys, it's hard to get fights at heavyweight, so some of them don't carry much experience, you know what I mean, from amateur to pro and then even at pro. So I think Fabio Wardley's had like 10 fights in total, which is crazy. So anybody can beat anybody, but it's up to you who turns up on the night. So I'll just keep working, keep plugging away with Dan and Tony in the gym. I'll get my manager Mark to put me in the right positions like he's done for this Saturday, and when the time comes I'll try and perform.
Obviously you're making your professional debut on a very good card here in London. We're in this bubble situation, so you would have had to have isolated for a day awaiting COVID results like everyone else, but it's kind of a strange and not a normal setup to be making your professional debut in, but all eyes will be on people watching at home on Saturday.
Yeah. Nah, do you know what, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody the other day. I never thought a year ago when all this started I'd be sitting in the matchroom bubble a year from now making my pro debut. But like I say, I relish it, I love it. It's obviously different, but I think it's good. I think there's stuff that will still, carry on from the way we've had to operate now. I quite like the bubble. I like everybody in the one place. And that obviously want to get crowds in as soon as we can, but it's brilliant. I love it. It's brilliant.
Talking about obviously the fight that we all want to see as fans, not just as you as a heavyweight boxer, but just as boxing fans in general, we do want to kind of see that fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury this year, which we're hopeful of seeing. Have you got a pick in that? Do you favour one over the other?
It's a hard question. I kind of to and fro between them. Fury's the ultimate showman, and he always seems to turn up when it matters. But Josh is a unbelievable athlete, so it's a real 50-50 fight. If you had to put me on the spot, I'd maybe just edge towards Fury at the moment, but tomorrow I could be edging towards Josh. So if I had to pick right now on the spot, I'd say Tyson on points. But I think it'll be a great fight, and neither of them could win it.
Nick, have you sparred any current heavyweights that fight now from the UK?
Sparred Big Martin. He's not from the UK, but he trains up in Scotland. Big Martin Bacoli, Jay McFarlane up in Scotland. Like I said, I sparred Solomon Dacre down in GB. I sparred Courtney Bennett, Delicious Ori down from GB. There was some other promotion, Instagram, kind of like yourself, not as big as yourself, but like similar to yourself. Like I actually had put a picture of me and Josh up and said that we had sparred, but we've never sparred. I've seen him in the gym. I'd love to spar him. But they're probably the kind of biggest boys I've been in with at the moment.
I think I've seen that actually, and I think that led me to believe that you actually had sparred him, but you actually haven't, no.
Yeah. No, I mean the girls love Anthony Joshua, so any opportunity to get a picture on your Instagram is one you've got to take. So I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. But now, like I say, as I progress and I go on, if I ever get the opportunity to get in and spar guys like that, it's something you'd snap the hand off to get in and get that experience. So. Who knows, but definitely. I've been sparring Tommy McCarthy just recently, the European cruiserweight champion. He's a stablemate of mine, and that's been brilliant. Tommy's a really good boxer, so for me at my stage just now, it's cracking. I've also been training alongside James Tennyson, who trains at the Cronk in Belfast with me. So the stable's buzzing. We've all got fights coming up. I'm making my debut. Tommy's going to be defending his European title. James is hopefully going to have a big fight announced soon, so I'm buzzing to be part of that stable, and it's brilliant. And like I say, I've got Big Tommy there to give me the rounds, so that's class.
Nick, just finally, what do you know about your opponent this week, and what can we expect on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think he's a tough, durable guy. He's got a losing record, but he's not been knocked out many times, so I expect him to come in there and fair play to him for getting in the ring, but like I say, I'm out to do the business. I'm out to put on a show. There's no bigger platform to make your debut on, and I just want to go out, put in a professional performance, look good doing it, and get him out of there and on to the next one.
Looking to make a statement for Eddie Hearn as well, so he kind of keeps you in contention, because obviously we know Eddie Hearn loves a heavyweight.
Listen, it's thanks to Eddie for giving me this opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I can't thank him enough. And like I say, I'd love to repay him giving me this opportunity with another guy that he can chuck in there, and it's going to get bums on seats, bring all the rugby lot in, bring all the Scots in, bring all the folk in Jersey in, the folk in Belfast, and just why not?
Okay, Nick, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. We know it's not your first time because Andy McCart interviewed you not too long ago. So,
fellow jock Andy, I'm sorry it's not you today, mate. It's got to be Kugan, but you know I can't have everything your own way. But no, thanks very much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure, and tune in on Saturday.
Absolutely, tune in to Ben Vargas this Saturday night live on Sky Sports and The Zone. Nick, thank you very much. Best of luck on Saturday, and we'll catch a word with you after the fight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.